Hey everybody, Tony Jones here. You were tuned in to the Tony Jones Show. Kenny Wayne Shepherd is on the line with me, great blues man. Hey Kenny.
Hey, how's it going?
Kenny Wayne Shepherd is currently on tour with the Kenny Wayne Shepherd Band. They'll be on tour until October, then they'll jump over the pond for some UK dates. But they'll be here in our neck of the woods this Saturday, August 26th, for the Blues and Barbecue Festival at Bold Point Park, the brand new waterfront venue in East Providence, Rhode Island. Kenny, how's the tour going so far?
Going really well, you know. We kicked it off, this tour first started over in Europe. We did 3.5 weeks in Europe in July. The album came out over there while we were in Europe, and then we came back to the States for the release on August the 4th and kicked off the tour a couple of days later, and it's been going really well. All the shows have been packed. You can see a lot of people in the audience that already have the record and are singing along with the new songs. And then you can see the people that don't have it, that, you know, don't know the new songs, and then halfway through some of the new songs, they're already singing along with the chorus. So everything's going over really well.
So sometimes touring isn't the glorious life that everybody kind of dreams it to be. What keeps you out on the road?
Well, I mean, I go out on the road because I live for playing live music for people. I mean, you know, the thrill, the excitement, and watching, you know, the things that, you know, we're able to do for people through music. I think that's what I live for. I love to do. We make albums so that we can go out on tour and play music.
The Kenny Wayne Shepherd Band currently on tour. What do you look for in bandmates? And when you put a band together to go out on the road, how does that all come together?
Well, I mean, first of all, you look at the playing and their talent.
Yeah.
And, you know, how suited are they for the job and for this particular band. And then personalities are important because, you know, when you're traveling out on tour, man, you're essentially all living together, you know, and spending a lot of time together. So personalities are almost equally as important as the musical talent. But, you know, I've got some tremendously talented players in my band, and some people that have been with me for many, many years, and then other people that have just recently joined the band. But everything's working out really well. I mean, I think it's probably one of the best live bands that I've ever had.
And Lay It Down, you touched on it a little bit, but Lay It Down is the new album, already #1 on the blues charts. Anything else you'd like to touch on regarding the new record?
Well, you know, we had a strong debut. The first week it was #1 on the blues chart, #1 on the rock chart, #5 on the current release chart. So it was all really great stuff. I mean, it just goes to show that people are still interested in real music, you know, and this album is I mean, it's a new, fresh sounding, you know, all new songs, and it's not a typical blues album. We took blues as the foundation of music, and then we kind of pushed an diversity on this record, and tell great stories that have strong choruses and top shelf musicianship, and that's what you got with this record.
So I'd be remiss if I let you out of here without talking a little bit about your cars. You know, the old saying is the only difference between men and boys is the size of their toys, and you have quite the nice toy collection. Tell us a little bit about this car collection you've amassed.
Well, you know, I mean, my collection is pretty modest compared to people like Jay Leno or someone like that. I mean, I probably have about 11 cars, where he's got like over 200, but you know, I'm an old school, like, American muscle car guy. So I love American muscle cars from the 60s, 70s. And you know, what I know the most about, you know, the Mopars, so the Dodge, Chrysler, Plymouth vehicles. So that's kind of my forte. I have some modern performance vehicles as well. But, you know, I just love cars and guitars. That's kind of my two things. You know?
That could be the next tour, the next album, cars and guitars.
That just might be.
I mean, you can't beat that. Kenny, I'm a punk rock guy, and over the last more years than I'd like to think about, I've kind of been the oldest guy out at like punk rock shows, you know, and being into punk. And you're the complete reverse of that. So you're a young blues guy, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, but blues and kind of the genres are now a little bit, you know, brought out towards an older crowd. What's it like being kind of a younger guy in what's seen as an older genre, or have people not even noticed that?
Well, I mean, my whole life, I mean, I started my career as a teenager playing blues music, so I was always like the youngest guy in the room or the youngest guy in the band.
Yeah.
But, you know, I just turned 40, so a lot of that's changing. And, you know, I'm not quite as young as I used to be. But this genre, though, man, when I was a kid and my albums hit and we were selling millions of records, you know, every time we put out a record, there was a lot of young people in my audience.
Yeah.
And I think part of that had to do with the fact that I was a young person myself.
Right.
But I mean, I loved blues music as a child, so I still see young people. I mean, obviously it's predominantly older, but you still see a lot of young people out there. There's a lot of young people that are picking up instruments and trying to learn how to play blues music. You just go on YouTube and you can find thousands of them. But the great thing about my concert is like the age demographic is from like 7 to 70, and
Sure.
entire families can come see our shows together and stuff. So, you know, I don't know, but I definitely not getting any younger, and so it's only a matter of time before, you know, we'll be part of the generation of my generation will be the elder generation of the blues
Right.
at some point.
The elder statesman. I remember going to shows and seeing that old punk rock guy leaning against the bar, and now I'm that old punk rock guy leaning against the bar. It's come full circle for me.
Yeah, time is something that none of us can escape, that's for sure.
So I know you got to get back on the road. What's next in the pipeline after you wrap things up with this tour, supporting this album, and then heading over to the UK?
Well, you know, we're going to Europe in October. We're touring here August, September. Then I'm probably at the end of this year, I'm going to go in the studio and do some more recording, both with my band and with my other band of mine that I have with Steven Stills and Barry Goldberg. And then next year we'll be out on the road even more. And looking towards putting out some new material again sometime next year or just after. You know, it's like we're just keeping the ball rolling, man, and bringing music to the people.
Well, I think you're going to like the venue you're playing here, which is fairly a new venue, but it's right out on the water in East Providence, right out on the river, just a perfect location for a blues and barbecue fest. And again, that's going to be this Saturday, August 26th here, Bold Point Park in East Providence. And you can find all things Kenny Wayne Shepherd at KennyWayneShepherd.net. And of course, you are on all of the social media sites. Kenny, I want to thank you again. Have a great tour. Stay safe out there. And welcome to Rhode Island in a few days.
All right, man. Thanks
Thanks
for
again,
having
man.
me on.